Welcome to part 10 of Science versus
to this.
Science versus the Creator, Jesus. Sorry about that.
Jesus Christ. If you have not accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior, I implore you to do so today, as we are not guaranteed tomorrow.
Imagine waking up to this.
I'm freaking out. My apartment is literally flooding. I just woke up and should I call 911? What do I do?
Her beautiful loft apartment in downtown Dallas is filling with water, and she just moved in 2 days before.
My whole apartment is flooding. It's underwater. I just got this apartment.
As the water poured in, Brittany Taylor documented every second of the disaster. Precious family photos, her pricey Apple laptop computer, her belongings still in boxes, all through it.
I never even had the chance to invite friends over. I was so excited to be there.
We caught up with Brittany today.
I hadn't finished unpacking my boxes, so, the cardboard was melting in the water and everything was falling in. And, right now I have a truck full of just wet stuff that I have to see if I can salvage any of it.
This was the hallway outside her apartment as Brittany went to check on her car. A raging river runs through the parking lot.
I'm looking for my car. I think it was washed away in the flood.
Her car was floating down the street.
I found it! It just turned on by itself. The air conditioning is on, everything is on. Oh, I popped my trunk too.
Brittany's neighbors in the elegant loft building were also flooded out. One young woman posted this video as her apartment filled with water.
Woke up to this.
It's really bad. It's really bad. It's coming.
In another building in the same neighborhood, Emily White totally freaked out as the water flowed into her home.
I don't know what to do.
Now, the cleanup begins.
The province
Granny,
of
that's
Balochistan
clearly
has
the
never
answer.
seen flooding like this.
Clearly.
Entire villages in southwest Pakistan have been destroyed. Communities that were already struggling are now forced to start over.
We haven't received any help so far. We're extremely stressed and we've lost everything. Our houses, our livestock, and our crops are gone. We've been left empty-handed. We're worried because we don't have enough to survive in these circumstances.
Rescue crews are stretched thin. The local government is overwhelmed by the number of families in need. The floods have killed hundreds of people over the past 2 months.
We are trying our best to find missing bodies. Their families are in pain. We have rescued hundreds of people, including children, elderly, and women. The situation here is catastrophic.
People try to salvage what little they have left. Thousands have been left homeless. Their source of livelihoods gone from one day to the next.
Of the 34 districts in Balochistan, 31 have been partially or fully damaged. This is clearly a catastrophe. Both the mountains and the plains have been hit by flooding. Our rescue team has no time to rest now and is engaging in intense rescue operations.
The military is taking part in the relief effort. It's too soon for cleanup operations or rebuilding, for this level of destruction is unprecedented, even in a region accustomed to monsoons. And with more rain expected this week, both families and local authorities are bracing for further damage.
Thousands of people in the farming town of El Menagil and surrounding villages have lost homes and property in what they say is the worst flooding in a decade. The Sudanese Red Crescent says irrigation ditches in the farming area have overflowed and that more than 100 villages have been cut off and 10,000 homes have been damaged or collapsed. Some 3,000 people have looked for shelter in makeshift camps. Nationwide, more than 150,000 people have been affected by flooding so far this year. It doubles the number at the same stage of last year's rainy season, according to the United Nations. Residents said they have had limited access to drinking water or food, and most assistance cut off by deep water in some places.
Jesus declares this in Matthew 12.
Jesus did that, not global warming. He did that because he's trying to get man's attention to come back into the covenant with him. Now you'll either come back into the covenant with him or you will perish off of the earth. That is your choice. Oh, and Zuckerberg, you and your system. I always pin a link to these little videos. If you be patient and give me time and quit hitting my videos with things and then saying you added a link. I'm going to add the links to all the videos with stuff so that people can get proper credit. I always do. It just takes me a little while sometimes to get the links up. But there will be links in the comment sections that will give credit to the one who makes these videos, because I am very grateful for the Watchman and the use of his videos.
24th.
Just so you know, yeah, I just got the little notice about that. It's anything these days, though, that they can do to try to shut down anybody trying to tell the truth about the Lord.
To a wilderness, and the water springs into dry ground, a fruitful land into barrenness, for the wickedness of those who dwell in it.
Quit that.
It's been a long, hot summer. Droughts and heat waves have spread across entire continents worldwide, killing crops, drying up rivers, and raising worries about our planet's future. Even as they reveal tantalizing glimpses of the past, normally hidden from view. Like this ornate 17th century garden in England. 300-year-old paths and hedges laid bare by record-setting heat. Most were revealed by falling water levels as rivers shriveled. Like this island in China and its Buddhist statues believed to be 600 years old.
比较早了。
I'm worried, this local man said. I feel like the environment has just become quite bad. I think this is a warning to us. In Spain, a dried-out reservoir displayed an entire village.
See, that's part of the
swallowed
problem.
when the dam
People
was
don't want to
built.
wear clothes anymore.
The feeling is nostalgic
I
as
killed
people
them
see the
little
home
animals
of a
in the
family
garden and give
member,
man
their
clothes,
home,
and now
or
man
someone
don't
they
want to
know
keep them on.
re-emerged, said the town's mayor. Some even date back to prehistory. In Texas, a dinosaur left these 113 million-year-old tracks.
No, they did not. They absolutely did not. This planet is not 100 million year old. Y'all quit with that lie. Y'all quit with that lie right now. See, that's why this planet is going to hell in a handbasket. Because y'all keep lying. You keep lying. Come out of your lies. This is why science is going to fail. And why God is going to destroy this planet. Because y'all keep lying and deceiving the people.
Other waterways exposed the scars of history's worst trials, like this bomb from World War II destroyed by the Italian army. And in Serbia, a graveyard for sunken Nazi warships emerged from the Danube. But other rivers convey urgent warnings about what's to come. In German tradition, these hunger stones mark the water levels that preceded famines. The oldest one, from 1616, reads, "If you see me, weep." Climate experts like Bob Ward say these hints from history shouldn't be ignored.
What do you think that means for our present day?
We're seeing more intense, more frequent heat waves happening all around the world.
He says it's something we may have to get used to.
They're definitely going to continue, and it's going to get worse for at least the next 30 years until the...
No. The girl done did 12 years. She said that. She's wrong. You're wrong about 30 years. We ain't doing no 30 years. No. No, the Lord's coming. See, because now... No. No, the Lord's coming a lot sooner than you think. And everybody better be getting themselves ready. Because from what I'm looking at right now, people are not ready for the coming of the Lord. Better get your house in order. I'm telling y'all, you Hezekiahs out there, get your house in order and don't turn your face to the wall, because you're still going to die. That's right. The Lord's still coming. You're still going to have to go. Either you're going to go out that way or you're going to be caught up. But one way or another, you got to get up out this place. Heaven or hell, you make the choice.
World reduces their emissions of greenhouse gases to zero.
A new reality.
See, greenhouse gases. I told you it's going to get where we can't even pass gas, y'all. They'll be trying to take us out for even passing gas. You know, it's terrible. I already had issues with that in the first place. Can't do it in public. Nope. And now here, they're going to be wanting to kill us for it.
That's living up to old warnings. But other rivers convey urgent warnings about what's to come. In German tradition, these hunger stones mark the water levels that preceded famines. The oldest one, from 1616, reads, "If you see me, weep."
Small green plants lined the bed of what used to be a frontier lake between Switzerland and France. It existed for 12,000 years and was 18 meters deep. But now it's relegated to just a small stream due to the high summer temperatures. And according to the EU, agriculture will also take a big hit.
The latest crop monitoring bulletin highlights that the exceptionally hot and dry weather conditions in large parts of Europe continue to substantially reduce yield outlooks for summer crops. According to the Commission scientists, the weather is set to remain warmer and drier than usual in the Western Mediterranean region until November. And we have said it before, the corn drought appears to be the worst since at least 500 years.
Numerous European towns and villages are also feeling the heat, like in Le Bouget-Saint-Nicole in southeastern France. They're having trouble getting water supplies and are relying on daily tanker deliveries. In a touristy region, hospitality businesses have been affected.
One morning, there was no water at all. For our hotel and bar guests, we used bottled water, so they could brush their teeth and we could make coffee.
And for those creatures who live in Europe's waterways, it's a question of life and death. Anglers here are trying to save as many fish as they can from the narrowing Ijssel River in the Netherlands before it's too late. According to the European Drought Observatory, nearly 2/3 of the EU is in drought warning conditions or in a state of drought alert. And all the while, the fires still burn.
Dry and cracked up soil surrounds Luxingdong Island. The pagoda-topped rock is normally surrounded by water in August, in the middle of China's biggest freshwater lake.
Usually the water comes up to there. The highest level reaches here. Last summer we had water up to here.
This is what it looked like 2 years ago when the region was hit by floods. Poyang Lake's water levels fluctuate as floodwaters from the Yangtze River flow into it during the normally wet summer before receding dramatically in the dry autumn and winter. This year, the lake has already shrunk to 1/5 of its size. China is experiencing the hottest summer on record, with a heatwave now stretching over 70 days. It's breaking records almost every day, with temperatures reaching mid-40s degrees Celsius. In Chongqing, some residents are sleeping in air-conditioned shopping centres and metro stations to keep cool. Large cities have had to dim light due to hydropower shortages. The extreme weather is threatening this year's harvest in one of the world's largest agricultural exporters.
Look, these peppers are dried and will die soon. I lost half of the vegetable crop.
Wow. I will see you in part 11.